Welcome to this short little class from here in the Sports Centre to you at home. Hope that you enjoy it and it gives you half an hour of a little bit of space, a little bit of peace. So you just find your way into a sitting position, upright but easy. So this is our Sukhasana. So it doesn't need to look like this. You don't ever have to do exactly what I'm doing. You could sit on your heels. You could sit with your legs out in front of you if you like. The thing that we are aiming to have is a neutral spine. So that's not the same as squeezing yourself up as high and tall as you can. You want to be able to let the shoulders drop down. You want to be able to relax your belly. You want to have a feeling that your shoulders are above your hips. You're resting your hands maybe on your knees or on your thighs, or you can put them in your lap if you like. You're closing your eyes. And if you can, you are breathing through your nose. And then you start to concentrate on the breath. You're trying to bring your breath into a rhythm, steady rhythm, where the inhale is the same length and the same depth as the exhale. And even if you didn't do any of the movements for the rest of this class, you just stayed here sitting, steady inhale, steady exhale, then you would be doing yoga. So please know that that is always an option. By focusing on our breath, we focus in on ourselves and we just quiet down the outside noise a bit. Looking to find some space, metaphorical and physical, inside ourselves. So for this class, I'm going to use a poem, part of a poem, called Nobody by Alice Oswald. And Nobody is in part a retelling of the story of Odysseus' return home. Oswald focuses on the role of water and wind in the poem, and how when you are caught up in currents that you cannot control, to fight them is a waste of your energy. And you have to let yourself be carried by them instead. We're often not that good at letting go of control in that way, but the metaphor of being carried by currents, by waves, can really help us to understand that sometimes we find ourselves in a situation where if we try to change it, we just deplete ourselves. And instead, the wise thing to do, the best thing for ourselves, is to let go, to be carried away. As the mind flutters in a man who has travelled widely, and his quick-winged eyes land everywhere, I wish I was there, or there he thinks, and his mind immediately, as if passing its beam through cables, flashes through all that water and lands less than a second later on the horizon, and someone with a telescope can see his tiny thought form floating on the sea surface, wondering what next. You're going to take 5 more breaths sitting here. That inhale, the same length and the same depth as the exhale. Round about 2 more rounds of breath. Then on your next inhalation, you're going to blink your eyes open if they weren't already. And as you exhale, if you're sitting cross-legged, you're going to swap the cross of your legs. So the other foot is on top or in front, depending on how you like to sit. If you were sitting on your knees or with your legs out, then you just stay as you are. Hands down by your sides. And on your next inhalation, lift that right arm up as high as you can. And exhale, you're flexing over to the left. Press gently the left hand down into the mat so that you don't tip over to the side. You want to keep your right sit bone on the mat. One more breath here. Inhale, come up into the middle. Keep that arm reaching really high. And exhale, you're going to twist to the left now. Drop your hand outside your knee or your thigh. Press gently into that to help you turn. Think about going up before you turn. You can look over your right shoulder if you like. One more breath. Coming back to the front on the exhale. Inhale that left arm up high and exhale your way over to your side flexion on this side, your lateral flexion. Try to keep the shoulder up. You might find it wants to dip in front of the face. We want to keep the chest open. That left shoulder is lifting. Last breath. Inhale, coming up into the center. Keep that hand reaching high. Then exhale your way into your twist. Long spine. One more breath here. And inhale your way back into the middle. As you exhale, if you're not already, tip yourselves forwards and come to sit on your heels. You may already have been here. Once we're all sitting here, opening your knees out. So you can have them mat width apart if you like, but that might be too wide, so you can bring them in a bit. The big toes are touching behind you. Walking your hands forwards. You're going to slide your hands forwards and drop your forehead towards your mat. Pressing your chest down towards the mat, pressing the armpits down towards the mat so you feel all along the front of the shoulder is a very gentle opening stretch. One more breath here. And on your next inhalation, lift the chest a little, pick up your right hand, and as you exhale, thread your right arm underneath the left, send it away. You're putting the shoulder down and the side of the head down. You're still trying to keep your seat on your heels. It's going to want to try and escape. Think about pressing it back towards the heels. Gently stretching in the shoulder. Next inhalation, coming all the way back up. So reach that right hand back up. Exhale, bring it back down. Other side. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale, thread it underneath the right arm. So you put that left shoulder down, side of the head down. Last breath here. And then inhale, opening yourself back up. Exhale, hand down. Gently walk those hands towards you, lifting yourselves up onto your, high up, above your knees. Hands on your hips. And on your next exhalation, you're going to see if you can drop your left hand down towards your left heel. Take this slowly, and you might find it easier if you tuck your toes up, and then the heel is a little closer. Inhale that right arm up once you're there. Reaching the right hand up and away behind you, and you're sending your hips forwards and your ribs up. One more breath. And in a nice big circular movement, as you exhale, you're going to swing your right arm in front of your face, all the way around. Pick up the left hand. As we next inhale, we're going to drop the right hand on the right heel, and the left arm is going to arc up and over. Still got the hips going forwards and the ribs coming up. One more breath. And then inhale, just bringing yourself upright and dropping forwards into all fours. So separate those big toes. Bring the knees underneath your hips. You've got your wrists underneath your shoulders. You're going to do a cat-cow, a Marjariasana. So on your next inhalation, lift your chin, lift your sit bones so the belly presses down. As you exhale, you reverse that. So you push your spine up, your chin tucks in. And inhale, coming through again. Exhale the other way. Inhale, lifting that gaze, sit bones up. Exhale, reversing it. 2 more rounds of breath. Moving at your own breath pace, and that might be faster, it might be slower than mine. But when you've done those in total 5, you're going to inhale with the spine in neutral, and on your next exhalation, you're going to tuck your toes, and you lift up and back into a downward dog. That's that inverted V shape. And you're going to run through your downward dog checklist while you're there. So you want to spread your fingers. Each joint of each finger is pressing really firmly into the mat. That enables you to press your chest back towards your feet. You've got your gaze back at your feet, maybe your knees, but that might be a bit too tight. Give it a go, see what works. And then you're trying to press your heels down towards the mat. Doesn't matter if they're not touching the mat, that can be a bit much in the calves. Just send them in that direction. 2 more breaths here. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to walk your feet towards your hands. You can leave them hip width apart. And exhale, you're just standing forward fold. So you just let go and you drop forwards. You might find it's too much to have your hands on the mat, in which case, hold your elbows. You might find you'd rather do this with really nice bent legs. That's absolutely fine. Just make sure that you are not holding your head up. It drops forwards. And you bring your weight forward. So you take it out of the heels and you press into the balls of the feet. Feel how that helps you lengthen the torso forward so that you're not curling too much and there's plenty of space to breathe. 2 more breaths here. And on your next inhalation, slowly roll yourself upright. Take your time. You can bend those legs if they weren't already. And once you're up, the shoulders roll up and back and the chin lifts. And if you're not already, you come to the front of your mat or the front of your space, feet together. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold yourself all the way down. Inhale, lift your fingertips or higher. Exhale, step the right foot back and then the left. Drop your knees, your chest, and then your chin. Inhale, put your belly down and lift just your upper chest. Your elbows point back. This is your cobra. Exhale, push yourselves back, tucking the toes as you go. Downward dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forwards. Right foot stepping in, then the left. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, hands down. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, prepare, so fingertips or higher. Exhale, left foot stepping back, then the right. Drop the knees, the chest, and the chin. Inhale, belly down, upper chest up, elbows back. Exhale, rolling your way back, toes tuck, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards, left foot stepping in, then the right. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, we're going to do another one like that. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, step your feet back. And you can lower through knees, chest, chin, or you can do half of a push-up. You can inhale in your cobra, or you can do an upward facing dog, where the tops of the feet come down, the thighs are up. And next exhalation, you make your way back into a downward facing dog. Have 3 breaths here. Next inhalation, bend those knees, look towards your hands, step your feet in. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale. Good. We're going to do a variation on that now. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, step that right foot back, and then that left, and then you can lower through knees, chest, chin, or the chaturanga, the top half of a push-up. Inhaling your cobra or your upward facing dog, making your way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And at the top of its lift, open your hips and bend your lifted leg. And then maybe you can look underneath the right-hand side of the body. If that's too much, just keep looking down into the middle of the mat or back towards the left foot. Keep that right knee lifted high. Now on your next exhalation, you're going to take that right knee across underneath your body towards the left armpit. And inhale, lift it all the way back up and around where it was. Exhale, spiral it underneath you. Inhale, all the way back up and around. One more like that. Exhale, take it underneath you. This time, straighten the leg, put the foot down. Inhale, lift your left hand up. You're in a Marjariasana, a side plank variation. Push the mat away from you, lift the hips. One more breath here. And as you exhale, you're going to bring that left hand down, slide your right foot back, and next inhalation, pick up the right foot, put the right ankle in front and above the left knee. And as you next exhale, you're going to bend that left leg as deeply as you can and press your chest towards your right calf. One more breath. Next exhalation, just lightly put that right foot down. Have a breath here. Inhale the left leg up, and at the top there, you open your hips and you bend that lifted leg. So now maybe you're looking underneath the left-hand side of the body, maybe not. Lift that left knee high though. Ready on your next exhalation to spiral the knee underneath you towards the right armpit, squeeze it in, lifting it all the way back up and around. Exhale underneath and across. Inhale, spiraling it around. One more. Exhale underneath you and extend the foot away. Put it down. Inhale the right arm up. Maybe you can look up, pushing the mat away. One more breath here. Next exhalation, that right hand comes down. You slide the left foot back, adjusting yourself. Inhale, pick up that left foot. Ankle in front and above the right knee. Exhale, bend that right leg. Press yourself back. One more breath. Next exhalation, just lightly put the left foot down. Inhale, bend your knees, look towards your hands. Step those feet in. Exhale as you fold. And inhale, sweeping yourself up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, get the feet back. Lower yourselves down. Either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling in your back bend. Exhale, making your way back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg is going to lift. Exhale, step the foot through in between your hands. You might need to wiggle your left foot back. And inhale, lifting yourselves up into a lunge. So press really firmly into that back heel. Lifting or feeling like you're lifting the back of the left knee up. And the arms reach up really high. And then on your next exhalation, you're going to reach the body and the chest forwards as though you're going to lie on the right thigh. But you don't. You inhale, lift back up. Exhale, reaching forwards. Inhale, waving up. One more like that. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, gently lower the left knee so your back knee comes down. Untuck those back toes. You're still reaching high as you sink your hips forwards. This is your Untitled. You might want to look up in it. You might find that your neck prefers that you look forwards. One more breath. And then inhale, bring the palms together down in front of the chest, pressing them together. Exhale, you're going to take the left elbow and drop it outside the right knee. Once it's there, you're going to see if you can press your palms together and twist a little deeper. Maybe you can look over the right shoulder. You might find that's a bit much though. Look sideways if that's the case. Keep the hips sinking forwards. One more breath like this. And then inhale, gaze forwards first, hands up. Exhale, left hand is dropping inside that right foot. As we inhale, we're going to reach the right hand back behind us and see if you can pick up the back foot. Now, maybe you reach to hold the foot with your hand. Maybe that's too much. And if that's the case, you want to keep the hand reaching back and the foot squeezing in towards you. Just keep it really active. Whether you're holding the foot or not, try to keep your hips moving forwards. You'll be tempted to push them back to relieve the stretch on the quad, but it's better just to let the foot go further back rather than the hips. Maybe you can twist yourselves up and back, opening the chest. One more breath. Next exhalation, let go of your back foot wherever it is, drop it down, toes tuck, right hand down to stepping yourselves back into your downward dog. Have a breath. Inhale that left leg up. Exhale, stepping the foot through in between your hands. Maybe you need to wriggle the right foot away. Inhale, lifting up into your lunge. As arms reach really high, you bend energetically into that left leg. It can support you. Push into the right heel. One more breath. So as we next exhale, we reach the chest and the arms forwards. Don't rest on the thigh though. Inhale, lift yourselves up. Exhale, waving forwards. Inhale, up. One more like that. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale gently. Lower that right knee. Untuck the toes once you're down. The hips keep sinking forwards. The arms keep reaching up. Stretching into that right side of the hip flexors. One more breath. Next exhalation, the palms are coming down in front of the chest. Press them together. Inhale. Now as you next exhale, the right elbow is coming outside that left knee. Once the elbow is in place, see if you can press the palms together more firmly and start to twist a little more deeply. Maybe looking over the left shoulder. Keeping that breath steady. And then on your next inhalation, gaze forwards first. It's easier to balance. Lifting the arms up. Exhale, right hand is coming down. As you inhale, the left hand reaches back and the back foot pops up. Maybe you hold the foot, maybe you just keep it squeezing in and the hand reaching. That's up to you. Keep those hips moving forwards. Remember, we're not pressing them back. We're sinking them towards the front heel and we're feeling like we're opening our chest up and out. Last breath. Next exhalation, let go of that back foot. Drop it down, toes are tucking, left hand comes down. Step yourselves back into your downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look towards your hands. Step those feet in. Exhale as you fold. And inhale, bringing yourselves up. Exhale, hands down. Good. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, get your feet back. Lower yourselves down, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling in your cobra or your upward facing dog, and exhale, making your way back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg is lifting. Exhale, step the foot through. This time you swing the left heel on the mat, and you inhale, cartwheel your arm. So the left arm comes up and over. The right hand reaches forwards and you look over your right fingernails. You bend into that front leg. You push your back heel away from you. This is your warrior 2, your Virabhadrasana 2. And then on your next exhalation, you're going to lightly drop the left hand on the left leg. Inhale, turn your front palm up, reaching it up and back. And keeping that front leg bent. Good. One more breath. And as you inhale, you lift yourselves up. And as the exhale carries on, you cartwheel the hands down and you step back into a downward dog. Have a breath there. Ready to lift the left leg. Exhale, step that foot through. Right heel coming down now. Inhale, cartwheel the arms as you come up. Looking over the left fingernails, good. 2 more breaths here. So next exhalation, it's the right hand that's going on the back leg. Inhale, turn up that front palm. Watch it as it comes up and maybe over. Keep the left leg really deeply bent and keep your right hand light. There's not a lot of weight there. 1 more breath. So as you inhale, you've got to tighten the belly to lift yourself up. Keep moving. The exhale cartwheels the arms down and you step back into a downward dog. Inhale, drop your knees. Exhale, cross those ankles behind you so you can push back and bring your legs out in front of you. You might want to bring yourself more into the middle of the mat because you might be at the end of it. Bend your feet in about halfway. Pick up your right foot. Reach for the right foot with the left hand. And on an inhale, push the foot away from you. It doesn't need to be straight. It can be as bent as you like. Just keep it very active. And on an exhale, you're going to reach your left arm behind you. Maybe you can look over your left arm, sorry, your right arm. Maybe you can look over your right thumb. But if that feels like it's too tight in the neck, look sideways. Keep lifting the torso up, but not the shoulders. Shoulders down, torso up. Last breath. Inhale, gaze to the front. Gently put that foot down. Picking up your left foot, reaching for it with the right hand. On an inhale, pushing it away. And that doesn't mean straight. It means push it into your hand. It comes as straight as it's happy to be. And on an exhale, the left arm will be reaching behind you. Remember to sit tall. Think about the sternum lifting, but not the shoulders. Last breath. Inhale, gaze forwards. Exhale, gently put that foot down. Inhale, sit tall. And exhale, you're going to roll yourself down to lie on your back. And once you're here, just pick those knees up off the mat. If you have space, stretch your arms straight out to the side, but you may well not have space. I certainly don't at home to do this, where I practice. So you might want to bend your arms at a 90-degree angle. So we call this the cactus arm. Doesn't really matter either way. Just try to have your elbow level with your shoulder, with whichever option you've chosen. And on your next exhalation, you're going to drop both knees over towards the left-hand side. Keep your right shoulder blade on the mat. Inhale, lift them into the center. Exhale, drop them over towards the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Just one more on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Hold it here. This time as you exhale, hands are coming by your sides, feet are dropping, and we're going to take a couple of minutes of rest here. Maybe you stretch your legs away and you lie flat on your back. Maybe that doesn't suit you. You might want to keep your feet bent in. Maybe you knock your knees together. You can lie on your side if you like. The object here is to relax, so you need to find a supine position that allows that for you. Closing your eyes. Releasing effort out of the body. You don't need to control the breath anymore. Just let that drop down, let that relax. You are heavy in the mat. So we floated out of sight into the unmarked air, and only our voices survived, like thistle seed flying this way and that. A blue came over us, a blue cloud whose brown shadow goose-fleshed the sea. The ship, after a little rush, stopped moving. The wind, with a swiveling sound, began to rise. You start to take some deeper breaths. You take big, deep inhales and long, long exhales. And then you bring in a little bit of movement to the extremities, so give your fingers and your feet a little wiggle, a flicker. And then moving slowly and steadily, you start by rolling onto your right-hand side. And keeping your eyes closed if you can, you push yourself upright and you make your way back into that easy upright seated position we started in our Sukhasana. So just as before, we have a neutral spine. We are neither hunched over nor squeezing ourselves up. The shoulders are down, the belly's relaxed. Breathing through your nose if you can. This poem, Nobody by Alice Oswald, whispers gently to you to let go of control. The rhythm of the words lap against you like the waves, encouraging you to preserve your precious energy and let the currents carry you. How does it start? The sea has endless beginnings. Blinking your eyes open if they weren't already. Thank you so much for doing that class with me, and I hope that I will be able to see you again soon in another class like this, or maybe in person nearer to Christmas.